In 1986, a group of committed and inspired citizens of the greater Columbus area came together to dream a dream and ask a provocative question. What would life in Columbus be like if we decided collectively, in advance, what we wanted our city to look like? Led by the Ledger-Enquirer's Columbus Beyond 2000 series, published in 1988, city residents came together and passed levies to champion and build various civic improvements, among them the Riverwalk and the River Center. 20 years later, on the heels of the Ledger-Enquirer's 2007 town hall meetings on race, a new group of citizens, including one from the original Beyond 2000 group, began meeting informally at the newspaper's downtown office. Their focus was on a new question. Now that we have created fine structures that improve our sense of community, what can we do to build bridges across racial and social barriers to further strengthen our community? In studying the problem, it seems our nation's most successful programs at ending intergenerational poor educational attainment seem to have a few things in common: long-term mentoring and the promise of hope for the future, usually in the form of scholarship assistance. This is what the Columbus Scholars Project is all about. We want to see our community create an atmosphere of hope for children. We believe it takes a village to raise a child, and we want them to have the opportunity to change not only their lives, but the lives of their families and their neighborhoods. Creating this atmosphere starts with long-term, clearly focused mentoring. The littles we'll target are 10-year-olds who have measurable potential, but lack the focus and, frankly, the role models in their lives who can guide them toward life's safe harbors. The bigs will be people who commit to a relationship with the little that lasts through college graduation. Once matched by big brothers, big sisters, the mentor will praise the mentee when he does well, correct him when he does wrong, and most importantly, teach him the difference between the two. That sounds simple, and sometimes it is. But many times the nuanced decisions are the ones that take these kids out. The 13-year-old at Baker Middle School doesn't decide that he wants to be a robber instead of a scholar. He decides that he wants a new pair of shoes, and he recognizes that he needs money to get them. So he decides to do something to get money for his shoes and delivers a package for the guy down the street. 3 years later, he's a high school dropout with multiple priors because no one led him to the safe harbor. And as the bigs show these kids the safe harbors in the short run, they'll also help them see a bigger picture, that making enough of the right decisions can lift you out of your situation and put you somewhere better. So here's the short pitch: the Columbus Scholars Project, where mentoring meets hope. Let's show these kids, our kids, the safe harbors along the way to the destination of college and assure that they can enjoy the stay. With the full support of Big Brothers Big Sisters, we've developed a Columbus Scholars application, which will parallel the existing Big Brothers Big Sisters application, but with major additions. First, Big Brothers asks for 1 year. The Columbus Scholars Pledge is to take smart fifth graders in impoverished circumstances, good kids in bad situations, and pledge to give them the opportunity of safe passage right through college. We stress the word opportunity. It is not a guarantee. The child must stay out of trouble and maintain a minimum grade point average. The second distinction from Big Brothers is the financial component. When named a Columbus Scholar, the little is matched with a big who commits to not only mentor the child, but also to be that young person's de facto financial aid manager from freshman year through graduation. The ideal match is a big who is willing to both mentor and provide financial support. But of course, this is an extraordinary level of commitment that is in no way required to participate as a mentor or as a donor. While this is a work in progress, here's our working premise. We will select 5 fall 2009 fifth graders from the greater Columbus area as the first class of Columbus Scholars. These fifth graders will be pre-screened, concurrent Big Brothers Big Sisters applicants. We would like to be able to pledge to the parents, or in some cases the grandparents of those children, that if those kids stay out of trouble and keep their grades up, we guarantee an opportunity for a college education. For those students with a 3.0 or better grade point average, The Hope Scholarship will supplement high-need financial aid applications to virtually ensure a free education to top students from poor backgrounds. It gets trickier for the first-generation student who is making a C+ or a B-. Mind you, these are often kids who are the products of intergenerational poverty, students whose parents did not graduate from high school, let alone college. So before we pass another law to lock up the children of poverty for another petty drug crime or burglary, let's at least give a kid a choice. That way, at least in Columbus, at least in theory, we can all say that those behind bars are there as a result of bad choices. Eleanor Holmes Norton, head of the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission under President Jimmy Carter, said in 1984 that there are places in our nation where our children's futures are sealed long before they leave grammar school. Most studies support the opinion of our current superintendent, Susan Andrews, who believes that if you wait past 5th grade, you may be too late. This is not just another scholarship program. This is a community attempt at interdiction. Is the idea too big? That's what they said in 1986 about Columbus Beyond 2000. Margaret Mead said, "Never underestimate the power of a few committed people to change the world. In fact, it is the only thing that ever has."